weird, and I'm in no mood for your job. Do you hear me?
Man, I'm not playing. Get out of here or I'm kicking your ethereal ass.
Ethereal? I don't even know what that means.
Welcome back to Gear Chat. Welcome back to Gear Chat University. Ding.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Every week I tune in to Gear Chat. You. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Every week I tune in to Gear Chat. You.
I know what I'm gonna do. Welcome back. Is this thing on? Are we recording? Is this John G I see on the screen taking off his glasses talking to me? Is this what I'm seeing right now? You want to know how I got this scar? Welcome back to Gear Chat University. I am John G, the El Capitan of not running my mouth, because I ain't been running my mouth, because I ain't really had nothing to talk about. But I'm still ain't got nothing to talk about. But I had to check in with y'all. I'm geeked and I'm hyped. Let me turn this down a little bit. I'm geeked and I'm hyped simply because Jesus Christ. Hold on one second, people. Alright, there we go. Calm that down just a tad bit. Yeah. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. I'm geeked because I saw, like I'm sure a great deal of you all saw. If you didn't, you have to now go see Mark Rublier's YouTube channel. And I thought it was just the one that I saw. It was one called Flying Lotus and Reggie Watts. This is the very first one that I saw. Not of Mark Rublier, because I've seen, all the one where he went viral and everything, but I saw Mark Rublier, Flying Lotus, and Reggie Watt. These are like my spirit brothers, because I just like I want to be there. I want to be there and be in the mix. Essentially, they got 3 loopers. Everybody has their loopers. They got 3 sections, and they're all building the tracks. You know what I mean? And it's about a good 2 hours, I want to say. Definitely over an hour. And it is, to me, all that. It is definitely 100% up my alley. And like I say, that's just, you know, when I saw it, I'm just like, yes, this is, because usually you're seeing the looping just doing by one person. So this is the first time I really seen like this 3 combo setup where everybody's just looping and playing on top of the loops, you know, singing, adding in vocals and whatnot, because you know Reggie Watt is a vocalist. Mark Rublier is a vocalist. And then, you know, Flying Lotus ain't really, you know, but he added some vocals. But yeah, man, it was, if you haven't seen it, you gotta go see it. Now, it may not be your cup of tea, but it's basically just, you know, live inspiration, you know. And then from there, I went into the Mark Rublier wormhole of his channel and how he does streams, I guess, every Sunday. I've watched about 4 of those so far. And yeah, it's nothing short of just feel good time, you know, off the cuff, which is, to me, that's the best shit to me, you know. I mean, you know, playing shit is good too, but that, when you jamming and just coming up with stuff on the fly, I mean, because that's essentially how the real stuff gets made. You know, you sit there and play around and then you keep, you know, tweaking and so on and so forth. But that initial jam is when you can like see and be a part of that, you know, that magic, you know. I guess I'm just yearning to get back into beat making inside of a setting. I mean, solo stuff, I love doing my solo stuff, you know, that's great. But it's nothing like being in the sandbox with, you know what I mean? And everybody's got little gadgets and tools, and you see, you know, the boys are back in town. That whole thing, man, it's just the band. I mean, it's the people, and when the energy is right, when the vibe is right, when the mood is right, when you got different, you know, elements being put in, you know, it's nothing short of just, you know, like magic, you know. And especially when you're a part of it, it's one thing to witness it or watch it or see it, but when you're actually in it and you know you got one, oh man, how sweet it is, I guess. But yeah, gear wise, I really ain't, you know, like I said, I really ain't been giddy about a whole lot, which at this point, you know, what have I seen though? I saw a lot of updates. I just saw the OP1 has an update, the Electron Digitac update. I believe one of the Novation units that just came out, I don't know if it's the circuit or the tracks, or one of those, not the circuit but the tracks or the other one, had an update. There was a few updates. I saw the Behringer new 808. Yeah, okay. Drum machine. My thoughts on drum machine. I'm always teetering. It's like a slippery slope in my head between, like, okay, my first thing is I want it, right? That's that, you know, I want, hey, give me. It's just that when I actually get the drum machine, you realize it's just a kit. It's quite a limited thing, and so I'm always toying with why get it then? Because if you have a TR, you know, 9 or whatever, then you got all those sounds and the redundancy, I guess, you know what I mean? So, but it's still, you know, that little carrot, like, because I really do. I would like to get the RD9, but I'm not pressed, I guess. Before I would have been pressed and just got it, but now I'm just, for what? You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like I don't have 909. That was not even a case about having sounds or needing the sounds or anything like that. Because, Jesus, there is sounds galore. There is no shortage of sounds, all right? It's just absurd. Software and so on and so forth. Sound is not even an issue. So now we're just, I just saw Bitwig drop Bitwig 4, which I guess is, I'm seeing comments, a lot of people saying they leaving Ableton Live, going to Bitwig. Okay. From just doing this and talking about it for this short little while I've been doing it, not very long. Man, does this start to get redundant? Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's only so much you can do, I feel like. Thank God for, I really, man, shouts out to Korg. I feel like Korg is the reason for the insurgence of the small gear. Going back almost half a decade at least now. I think 7 years back now. I want to say the vocals came. Man, it's 7? Maybe almost a decade now. It's almost a decade, I believe, that the vocals came out. If not a decade. So if that's the case, yeah, like, Korg is the reason, me personally, I feel like they set the trend. And then Roland came on, and then not too short after, the Pocket Operators first dropped, because it wasn't too long after the vocals. And the OP1 was just chilling the whole time. Like, I mean, kind of after that, but it was. I remember seeing it and looking at it, going, "Why the hell would I spend $800 for this? Like, what is this?" And I didn't understand it, and it was about, I want to say 5-6 years later, when it just like the hinges came off, probably because of Cuckoo. Cuckoo could be the reason that blew it out the lid, because this is when YouTube is now starting to kick. Let me go back, little history lesson, people. Today class is a little different, all right? Because John G has been there, all right? From it all. I seen the beginning. I know life before the internet. I was there. Okay, so I can explain to you how it was. I believe it was Cuckoo. Who blew the hinges off the OP1, because this is what started his YouTube channel. His career, if you will, was all based on YouTube. Bo Beats was the circuit. Mine was Korg. Voca was the bass. That was the one that, like, because I've had videos prior to that, but that was the one that clicked and caught flame. Because I showed my face, I guess, I don't know, and I had the theatrics and all of that, and then bam, there it was. But it was, for me, it was Korg. Bo Beats, it was, like I say, it was a circuit. And for Cuckoo, it was most definitely the OP1. And I believe it was because of him, those hinges got blown off, and then we started seeing the prices, that whole thing that happened. But it's definitely Korg who started this whole small gear, in my respectful opinion. Not to say that there was absolutely no, small gear prior, but, Korg hit it differently. What was his name? Tat is just, I mean, he was, the timing, man, was perfect. So anyways, what was my train of thought? I was talking about something. Oh yeah, it's just kind of getting redundant here. I don't know. So I mean, the Bitwig, and when I looked at the interface, it does seem to be full on complex, a full software that has a lot of functionality to it, especially if you know what you're doing and know how to, when you understand the interface, because it had the parameters for tweaking. So when I saw the person say that they leaving, which I mean, it could be just marketing, of course, or whatever. But I remember Live was trash back in the day. You couldn't get, they gave Live away. In fact, it wasn't until like Live, damn near Live 8, before it really kicked on, because Pro Tools was the king of the hill. If you would wanted to be considered any type, you make beats, you Pro Tools. If you won't do Pro Tools, oh, you ain't taking this serious. Like, that's how high value the Pro Tools was. You weren't even considered even doing so. When Fruity Loops first came in, and when Knife Wonder starts making beats on the computers, it kind of blew everybody out the mind, because they're like, oh, what's this? And he kind of like revolutionized the way beats were being made, because he pulled up with literally a monitor, and I believe his keyboard, like a keyboard, not a keyboard, but one of these keyboards, like a, what do they call that? You type in whatever, quartz keyboard. Making beats, killing it, and people like shocked and whatnot. It kind of puts me in the mind of when I bought the PMA. Now, this is a small piece of gear, and it is slept on because it was ahead of its time. And I think it was, I believe it was intended, and this is the whole thing about gear. People make gear for one thing, but it could be used for whatever. It was called the personal music assistant. I take that back. I was about to say, and that was totally wrong. I was about to say I thought that it was made to be an accompaniment for like a guitar player, but it's actually much more than that, because you could literally compose music on this thing. And so the PMA 5, if you never heard of that thing, I think I bought it I ain't gonna say when it came out, but it was in 1996 or 7. Somewhere in there. I spent $500 for it, brand new, and that was my piece of gear for maybe 3 years before I ended up getting the Motif keyboard. And that was my first album that I made on there, and I don't know, I think it holds like 99. I think I ended up making 99 beats on it, because that's as many the memory could make, or maybe 199 or whatever. It has a max on it, so I know I got it maxed out, and it's still maxed out now. And sidebar, I'm salty because before I saw Nick Bat recently talking about it, because it's old. This, like I said, I bought it in 97. And it's raw. Hey, there's some raw ass sounds in there. Like I said, when there is no shortage of sounds, oh my God. I ain't gonna give away my secret sound in there, but there's one sound in there that I love a lot, but I ain't gonna say it because that's my sound. Fuck it, I give it away. It's the reggae bass. The reggae bass on there, oh my God. I mean, it's definitely the sound of maybe at least 4 or 5 of the tracks on my little album that I made back in 98, whatever. Way 2 centuries ago now. Anyway. So yeah, that piece of gear is just legendary. Like, that's actually the shit, and I love it a lot. And for a long time, like, I was making beats with a stylus and this little like a notebook. And what's crazy is when I pull it out and start playing beats, people are like, what is that? And then I put it on, and this is how I know. Because I never would, like, you don't want to ask like how what you think. If you gotta ask, it's probably wasn't that good. So we'll just put it on, and then when everybody in the room, and then next thing you know, somebody just start going as they rapping. I'm freaking the beat, bringing in the hooks and the bridge, and and so on and so forth. And then when I cut it off, oh man, that zip. So if you gotta ask, then you are because they're gonna let you know. I mean, it's on site. If somebody hears something, you ain't gotta ask. So if you gotta ask, so the PMA 5, man, But Roland didn't have like a lineage of like small gear. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna say like Korg was the first person to ever make something small. No, but I'm saying they definitely were the reason why today, if you ask me, there was this surgence of gear. Korg set the blaze, and so at this point though, you know, it feels kind of redundant. Maybe Big Wig may catch on. Maybe it will become something. I kind of feel like Live is stuck in. Like Live got their people, and it's options essentially. Because Machine, I still believe there is a not as heavy as it used to. Because before it was like Machine is the NPC killer, and that's all you heard. Like this is when I was first getting back. After kind of like walking away from music and coming back, when I came back, NPC, like the NPC Renaissance was out, but then I'm like, who is this Machine? Machine was the new king of the hill. Like, what is this? And I had to sit back and be like, oh, and I'm seeing all these people rave about the Machine. Now I guess because I have one and I never really got into it, be honest with you. I never I think I tried to make a beat on it because I didn't quite understand it. And so I still got it. Although when I hooked up to my software, there was some issues that kind of threw up a brick wall for me, and I never got over that hurdle, and time has passed since then. Essentially, I just needed to maybe reload it because I wasn't able to access some of the sounds that were on there, so on and so forth. So I never really, dove into it. But one thing I can attest to is the sounds, the sound kits. Those sounds are like, all you need is complete. You get complete, and it's all in the name. You really don't need nothing else. Like, it's got genres and all the instruments, and just listen. So the sounds, I'm like, okay, so I can kind of see why the hype is the way it is. It makes sense. But since then though, it's definitely saying it's going down. It's kind of fizzled. They dropped the portable joint to make them relevant still. But I feel like the split has been made because NPC got off their ass and came back. For whatever reason, that Renaissance, the people didn't like the Renaissance. They didn't like that being tethered to the computer, and it was like, woo. I remember the heat. Oh, beat thing. That was another. Now I actually got that. Now that I got into because it was more of a groove box, and I'm a groove box guy. That is who I am. This is what I've always kind of been, and so it just, and the sounds on there. Now, of course, this was a offshoot project by Austin Dallas, the producer. He can do it by himself, but he was like the main. I guess if like Dr. Dre were to make a drum machine, which I don't understand why he never has, to be honest with you, because it would probably go off the racks because of his name alone. I believe he's actually stepped away from it. From what I've heard him say, he's turned down a lot of deals, and I would imagine Piece of Gear would have been a part of that. I don't get it, because it seemed like he should have his gear, even if he doesn't like make one, but you just connect with like NPC, get with Roger Lynn and be like, okay, this is what I want, and then you make it like the Dre model or whatever. But anyway, so the Renaissance, it was not getting no. I mean, it was like, woo. When I came back, I was like, wow, because like this Machine thing is really kicking off here. Okay. What else? Didn't quite know I was gonna go down this history lesson here, but since we're here, we might as well explore. I'm not opposed to explore. But yeah, that's about it. I just feel like it's getting redundant. That's because I've been here. I think I still repeatedly, I'll say this until no end. This is just a golden era of gear. It's affordable. I mean, gear is affordable. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, it's almost like at this point, how could you not have some gears because they're attainable. You can have the pocket operators. What is like 9 of those now? That's just having all of those. That's ridiculous. Like you can do a lot with just that. And then if you have a cell phone with GarageBand on it, I mean, Jesus, and that's free. That come with the phone. That's like so. Like what? So yeah, man, this is just a golden era of just the ability to make music. We all have the access to it. Even if it means beating on the table with a pencil in your hand, that's still relevant. That's not old, you know? Beatboxing, still relevant. So, I mean, it's all... I'm just happy to bear witness to this time and to be a part of it because this really is a great time. But yeah, as far as, like I said, it's feeling kind of redundant. I don't feel it, you know... I ain't all that geeked about whatever. I see the little things, you know, happening here and there. It was something else that dropped. Some other drum machine I saw, a digital drum machine by somebody, and when I heard it, I was just like, I was completely uninspired. Like, yeah, that's nah. Was there anything else? That's about it. I think I've rattled on enough talking to you guys this week. Anyways, man, I hope y'all have been having a great summer. You gotta go check out that Mark Rublier channel. This man has 1 million followers. He's up there with, I don't think Wong is past 1 million. I haven't checked his channel in a while. Not that I'm subscriber watching per se, but I mean it's just what I, you know, when I click, it's what I see, and so it kind of stuck out to me. I know Wong has 1 million. Last time I saw he had 1 million. Mark Rublier had 1 million, so I was like, damn. So I don't even know how long his channel been up or whatever. Oh, and when he does his stream, you can call in. So, what's that little emoji on your phone with the little hand? There it is. Beautiful. Shouts out to Mark Rublier, Reggie Watt, and the Flying Lotus. One day, hopefully, I'll earn a chance to be in a space and jam with those gentlemen and others. Cause yeah, man, you know, y'all my spirit brothers and sisters, and one day I look forward to vibing with you, and you know, rocking out and just owning that moment. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is John G TV. I'm done talking about a whole lot of nothing. A little history lesson. So yeah, just a little sidebar. I went ahead and downloaded the Roblox, right? That's the popular kids, whatever. And I don't understand what the hell I'm doing here. Like, it's 1,000 type of game. I guess you can create a game. I have no idea truly what the hell is going on. I'm like, kids play this? Like, I don't even understand what. But I do like the character. Like, the little, I went into one where I'm like, okay, I'm a little Lego man, and I'm running around, and next, you know, somebody came up and killed me. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, oh shit, it's online. Okay, I'm feeling that part. So I'm like, okay, so I can kind of see how this might be a draw because you're playing this open world game, but I didn't get the game per se. So I'm like, are they making these games? I believe they're making the games. I didn't understand the game at all. I'm like, what the hell is this? So it's day one. I mean, not even day one, hour one. Like literally, before I got on here, I was on there. And so yeah, you know, I'm tapped in. You know, I just stay tapped in. I'm just trying to figure out what is this? Are y'all Roblox? I'm sure your kids are. Like, do you get it? As a parent, do you get it? Do you understand? Because I'm having, like, I don't know what's going on here. They got a little chat room, so I'm like, I can see how this could be, because now they're, you know, connecting. Now, what I don't like is, you know, there is no, anybody can get on there. So if there are kids on here, because I heard somebody say something about the whole, it was like some guy on there, like a grown, like me, on there, and I guess the dude was like, on some wrong stuff, you know what I mean? I don't know what he was saying or whatever the case may be, but I'm like, yeah, now that part, nah. But I can definitely see the connection or the draw, if you will, because this is like little Lego mans, and outside of that, like, I like the movement and graphics, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. I'm clueless in the first hour. But yeah, so yeah, I just, looks like it's a little sidebar. I'm a gamer. I do like the game from time to time. Anyway, this is John G on John G TV. I hope y'all have a blessed summer. And yeah, man, you know how it is. I'm gonna come in when I come in, man. You gotta just, you know, believe in me, baby. John G. Be safe, have fun, and make great music. John G on John G TV. I'm out.
What's up, John G?
Yeah, you see, this is John G, TV.